too. Shalumiel's cooking up a barley stew. Zurich Sad Eyes riding with Ruel's crew. And Action's fishing in his Sunday shoes. And boys don't rest till the trumpets blow. Counting heads in 17, wandering wild with no defense. 40 years of consequence, all because we rode the fence. But God stayed true through the dust and heat. Every promise he makes, he keeps. But 10 came back too scared to stand. Joshua stayed with God's own plan, while the rest got lost in desert sand. Faith don't flinch when the giants grow. Counting heads and setting tents, wandering wild with no defense. 40 years of consequence, all because we rode the fence. But God stayed true through the dust and heat. Every promise he makes, he keeps. Eliezer's blessing the holy flame, while Korah's crew went down in shame. Balaam's donkey spoke God's name. A talking mule put a prophet to shame. Don't need a crown when the Lord says go. Counting heads and setting tents, wandering wild with no defense. 40 years of consequence, all because we rode the fence. But God stayed true through the dust and heat. Every promise he makes, he keeps. While Moses led with a smoky lamb. Water came from a rock so damp, but one bad move cost Moses' stamp. Even the greats gotta walk real low. Counting heads and setting tents, wandering wild with no defense. Learn the price of disobedience, but grace still stood with providence. Now the promised land is within our reach, 'cause every promise he makes, he keeps. Through snakes and plagues they cried and ran, but still he fed them with his hand. A cloud by day, a fire by night, guided them home by holy light. Counting heads and setting tents, wandering wild with no defense. Learned the price of disobedience, but grace still stood with providence. Now the promised land is within our reach, 'cause every promise he makes, he keeps.